Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel and my kitchen. We have 3 dinner ideas for you in your week ahead to help planning that meal list a lot easier. We're gonna walk you through them. We have a shake and bake chicken that came out to 6 points, mini meatloaf, so the entire plate was 8 points, and then we have a bang bang chicken rice that is only 7 points. So we have low points, easy meals. As always, these recipes will be down below in the description box, as well as a link to take you straight over to the Weight Watchers app so you can save it to your meals or your favorite recipes from there. One of these I found on Instagram, so I do have that linked below to the original video if you want to see that. I think that's all the housekeeping rules. Like, comment, subscribe, all those things that I never remember to say. So good thing you're doing it anyway, so I appreciate you. So let's just jump straight into it.
Let's make shake and bake chicken with green beans and roasted potatoes. This entire plate of food is 6 points.
Easy green beans. We have our oven preheated to 400. I have a 16-ounce frozen bag of green beans. This serves 3 to 4 people, depending on how much you want to eat, obviously. But the recipe I have linked will say 3 servings because I like lots of veggies. I'm going to add a tablespoon of oil of your choice. I'm using avocado. About a tablespoon of pre-minced garlic, or you can use garlic powder. Lots of salt and pepper. And I like to use kosher salt. Once our oven is preheated, we're gonna bake this for about 30-35 minutes. Meanwhile, I'm gonna cut some potatoes. Sprayed my air fryer. Add the potatoes to another little spray of avocado oil. I'm gonna add just a sprinkling of smoked paprika, onion powder, garlic powder, salt, pepper. I'll cook this on 390 for about 20 minutes, shaking it several times throughout the cooking process. Now it's time for our chicken and the shake bake. I like the extra crispy, and I like to reverse weigh mine. I have my chicken here. I've cut 2 chicken breasts in half and then added salt and pepper to both sides. I like to do this way because this will cook in 15 minutes, and that's a good enough, that's a good piece of chicken for me. I got a baby one for my daughter, and then my husband normally has 2 pieces. So that's enough for all of us. I don't like leftover chicken because I think it tastes weird. So I just do enough to get us through one meal. So I'm going to first put all of my shake and bake, and I'm only gonna do this for mine because I don't care how much everyone else gets. I'm gonna make sure my scale's on gram, and I'm gonna zero it out. So it's weighing all that's on this scale right now. I'm gonna take my piece of chicken. Let's see, this one looks like a good one. I'm gonna dip it. This is egg. That's 1 egg that I put about 2 tablespoons of water and just beat it really well. You can also use egg beaters if you already have that on hand. And the egg's 0 points. Normally it's 1 to 2 points worth of this breading here. And I just like to go for it. I like a nicely coated chicken. I would rather take the points and have it really well seasoned and crunchy and everything. So if you just want barely any coating, it'll be less points. That's up to you. All right, that's my piece of chicken. And I will put it in a certain spot on the pan, and I'll know that that one's mine. So I used 16 grams of the breading. And so when I go to log it, I'll scan it and say 16 grams, and however many points that is, that's what I'll count for my chicken. So once the green beans have cooked 15 minutes and there's 15 minutes left on the timer, that's when I'll add my chicken. If you do the thick, full chicken breast, then I would recommend putting them in at that 30-minute mark right when you put your green beans in. Super simple.
I thought I'd show you how I log this. We're gonna go into our dinner and then use the barcode scanner, scan our breadcrumbs, and then move it over to grams and then up to the 16 grams. And then you'll see it gives me 2 points worth of shake and bake.
Here are our green beans. We're gonna add 3 tablespoons of grated Parmesan and give it a stir.
I just wanted to say I love fresh roasted green beans, and that's a great substitute for this. But sometimes you don't have fresh vegetables on hand, or maybe it's been a little bit longer since you've been to the grocery store, frozen vegetables are always ready to go in the freezer. They have great nutritional value. So sometimes it's just really helpful to have frozen veggies. Our chicken is also done. And so our potatoes. So this whole thing took like 35 minutes from start to finish. It's not for you. Poor dog. So here we have it. This is a 6-point plate, y'all. This is a huge plate that is completely full. Believe it or not, that is 2 points worth of potatoes. Weigh them in grams and you can get a ton of potatoes for 2 points. That's 2 points worth of the green beans. Whether you have a third or a fourth of this green bean pan, this is an 8x8, it's going to be 2 points. So you might as well have more veggies and fill up. And then that's 2 points worth of our coating there. So 6 points for dinner and super low on effort. We're going to start off by beating our eggs in our egg singular and the milk. I have 3/4 cup of milk. Thank you, Heidi, for sending me this recipe. You can use almond milk if you want, but my almond milk is vanilla flavor, so I don't think that'd be very good. So I'm using this Bootopia, just 2% milk. I'm just going to beat these together. Now we're going to add 1/2 cup of chopped onion, 1/2 cup of quick oats. Make sure they're the quick ones. A teaspoon of salt. And 1 cup of cheese of your choice. I'm using a cheddar. I'm counting it as reduced fat because I do what I want. I'm gonna stir this together. And now we're going to add our ground beef. You can substitute for turkey. If you do, let me know in the comments how it turns out. I'm gonna use beef. This is the 96% lean. And now we're gonna get in there with our hands and just mix it together. My daughter looks mortified behind the camera.
Not the oatmeal. Oh, no,
You don't like that?
no, it's not. No.
ASMR right here.
I know. It smells good. It smells kind of good. I was gonna have oatmeal for dinner, bro.
This is gonna turn into 8 mini ones. So I'm just gonna, while my hands are disgusting, I'm just gonna mark it out. Okay, I'm gonna put this to the side, and clearly I need to wash my hands. We're gonna make a little sauce to top it with. I'm gonna use this Primal Ketchup Kitchen, just any unsalted, any unsweetened ketchup, just for the lower points. And that's 2/3 of a cup. Now I'm gonna add in 1/2 cup. The recipe calls for brown sugar. This is the only place I'm deviating because I'm going to use the Swerve brown sugar replacement because this is 0 points and brown sugar is a heck of a lot of points. We're gonna add 1.5 teaspoons of just yellow mustard, and we're gonna mix these together. And I probably should have picked a bigger bowl, but here we are. All right, we're thoroughly mixed. Now to get our 9x13, I spray my 9x13 and then add my little mini meatloaves in here. They're so cute. There's a little baby. Little meat baby.
I respect all that oatmeal that was forced to sacrifice their lives.
It's keeping my meatloaf moist.
Ew!
Preteens, am I right?
Wow. Boomers, am I right?
Not a boomer.
Yeah. You act like one.
Whatever. All right, 8 little babies.
Mommy, I think the babies have a skin issue.
Now we're gonna spoon this delicious ketchup mixture over the top. These are gonna bake for 45 minutes on 350. The hard part is now over. For the sides, I'm going to make a broccoli, but I'm gonna add a little extra stuff to it, so stay tuned. And I'm just gonna cook some corn in the microwave just because I want this to be a low point dinner. So I'm gonna cook this according to the package, but with the stovetop directions. So I'm gonna cook it with 2 cups of water. We'll bring this back to a boil and cook it 5 to 6 minutes. Now we drain. We're gonna add 1.5 tablespoons of the, I can't believe it's not butter light. Let that melt. And add 1 tablespoon of garlic. I'm buying the pre-minced kind. And then this sounds weird, but give it a try. We're gonna add about 1.5 teaspoons of Dijon. Just adds a little something different. We're gonna let this cook about 30 seconds until everything's really fragrant and mixed together. This makes it 1 point for the broccoli serving. And trust me, it's worth the 1 point. Everything's melted and mixed. So we're gonna throw back in that broccoli. We're gonna add pepper, salt, and 16 grams of Parmesan. Make sure you toss it really well to get all the broccoli coated in that buttery garlic goodness. All right, make sure you taste it, add whatever you want. Sometimes I add red pepper flakes, sometimes I add the juice of half a lemon. Do whatever you like. Here is our plate. I'm gonna have 1.5 of the meatloaves, some broccoli, and our corn. Let me give this a try. I have never tried this recipe. Like I said, this was sent in by a viewer, so it's really hot. I'm gonna burn myself. I look homeless, so I'm not gonna show you my face. So hot. That's really good. It is sweet, so you have to like sweet with your meat, and I love sweet with my meat, so I am happy to have that recipe. She did mention that she likes to freeze them and then thaw them out and just microwave them for individual portions, so you could have like a meal prep that is in the freezer, which is awesome. Happy to have it. It's an 8-point dinner total because it's 7 for 1.5, 4 for 1, and then 1 point for the broccoli, 0 points for the corn.
Today we're gonna be making some bang bang chicken and rice. I'm also gonna serve mine with some carrots. So I have carrots in the air fryer right now. They're just frozen carrots. I'm gonna cook about 380 for about 20 minutes. I've stirred it a couple times. First, I'm gonna make my bang bang sauce. I also have my water going for my rice. So you're just gonna cook your rice according to the package. Use whatever kind you like. I'm using jasmine rice, and that's 1 cup of rice. I have a 1/3 cup of light mayo. I'm gonna use a 1/3 cup of the sugar-free sweet chili sauce. I found this at Walmart, and it's good. I like to eat it with the wontons. And you need 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. I'm going to mix that up. So we're gonna use this on our chicken, but we're also gonna set some aside to drizzle on top at the end. So make sure when you're drizzling your chicken, you're not putting something that you touch your chicken back in here and like contaminating it. I know you're smart people, but just in case. We also have our seasoning blend already made so that when we get our chicken hands going, like we don't have to touch anything else. This is a combination of 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika, and I have just under 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. You can go up to 1 teaspoon or down to 1/4 teaspoon, just depending on how you like your spice level. And I'm going to stir all that together. We have super flavorful chicken. I also have some green onions already cut. This is to top my plates with, and I'm gonna zest a lime. I have a pound of chicken here, and I'm going to cut this in half. Just like that. Now we're gonna take each of our pieces and we're gonna score them so that all that seasoning can really penetrate into the chicken. And now we're gonna go the other way. We have our seasoning. And season the other side as well. have my air fryer here. I do have a liner in it just for easy cleanup. I'm using the same liner as I used for my carrots. We're gonna pop these bad boys in here. You can also do this in the oven. Now I'm gonna use about half of the sauce for the chicken. So I'm gonna make sure again not to touch the chicken until I'm done scooping out sauce. I just threw my rice in, so that will be cooking for about 15 minutes, just like the chicken. We're gonna cook this chicken on 370. We're gonna check it at 10 minutes and see, since we do have these thinner, but it might cook up to 15 minutes. All right, just like that.
Once our rice is finished, we're gonna make it a cilantro lime rice. So first off, don't burn your hand on the side of the pan like I did. Add 2 tablespoons of cilantro carefully, the zest of 1 lime carefully. You can adjust both of these depending on how you like it. I like a hint of lime and cilantro without it being overpowering. So this is how I like mine. I'm gonna fluff it with a fork and really get all of that incorporated. And I'm also gonna add the 1/4 of a lime juiced. Again, if you want it more limey, you can add more. I would rather do that on each individual bowl where we can add our own amount of lime juice. Now I have my rice on the bottom, my shredded chicken, the carrots I cooked in the air fryer, and 36 grams of avocado. To this, I'm going to add a little bit of sriracha. Since I forgot to put it in the sauce, I'm just gonna add it on top. Let me tell you, if you don't like spice, don't do it. We liked it, but my nose was running. And then I'm gonna add some of that yum yum sauce and then top it with the green onion and a couple lime wedges. This was 8 points as I added the avocado, but I definitely recommend the avocado.
Hopefully these were helpful for you, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.